Good evening. Welcome to Mary is the new evangelization.com. What we have coming up is All Saints Day and All Souls Day. So November 1st is All Saints Day. November 2nd is All Souls Day. November 1st we remember all the saints who went before us, who died for Christ and lived holy lives, made sacrifices for Jesus. So we remember those saints on All Saints Day. We are indebted to them. A lot of them risked their lives so that the faith could get passed on to you and me. And then All Souls Day, November 2nd, is remembering the souls in purgatory who, these are souls that were saved but got tangled up in sin pretty much. They didn't, they were sort of like the seed that got choked a little bit. So they got to get unchoked, basically. So we pray for them on November 2nd. And you don't want to get tangled up in weeds. You know, you don't want to. You got to be able to get through the weeds in your life and continue to progress spiritually. If you're like not progressing, that's a sign that you're tangled in weeds. You got to get out. Now, so the saints, for the Protestants, St. Paul said, I make up what is lacking in the sufferings of Christ for the sake of his body, the church. What that means is Jesus' death on the cross did not eliminate human suffering. Okay, it opened the gates of heaven, of course, and it liberated us from sin, but it didn't stop human suffering from happening. Human suffering is still happening in the most holy of people's lives. So suffering, so St. Paul's saying that he's making up what is lacking in the sufferings of Christ. What is lacking in the sufferings of Christ is the fact that it did not eliminate human suffering, at least yet. So Paul, the saints, the people who stand in the gap, who get martyred, beheaded, who give their life up for others, who, shipwrecked and imprisoned and homeless and refugees, people who are mocked and made fun of and persecuted for their love for God, for Jesus, for Mary. These people are making up what is lacking in the sufferings of Christ for you and me. These are the saints. And you and I, if we're saints, we should be doing the same thing. In other words, we should be going the extra mile, turning the cheek. We should be the long-suffering. We should be the ones who are understanding rather than being understood, loving rather than to be loved. That's the prayer of St. Francis. Now, St. Francis, obviously, he had the wounds of Christ. I mean, that's how much he took the sufferings on him. So the saints are there to help us to alleviate the suffering in our lives. As much as they can, they're here to help us. If we lose something, we can ask St. Anthony to help us, because that's a problem if you lose something. The saints are there to help us get by. So they're making up what is lacking in the sufferings of Christ. So everyone should celebrate All Saints Day, which is coming this Saturday. All Saints Day is this Saturday. So everybody should be celebrating and thanking God for the saints. They can help. They're just here to help. That's all they want to do. That's how they live their life, and they continue to do it to help us. So, and Mary's the top of the list as far as helpers is concerned. So we have a lot of help out there. If you're running into difficulties, ask the saints for help. You find out who your confirmation saint is, your own saint. I'm St. Thomas. He was the apostle, went to India. And there was Thomas Aquinas, who was the theologian, right? Thomas More, who had his head chopped off for the Pope. Okay, so the list goes on and on. So I know about these guys. And I asked them to help me, of course. I mean, I ask the Blessed Mother to help me the most. I worship Jesus, the Father and the Spirit, and then they have given these saints, uh, authority in His kingdom. So you're dumb not to look to them. All right, so get ready. All Saints Day, November 1st. All Souls Day, November 2nd. God bless. Check out the website, maryisthenewEvangelization.com.